Look at this. More brilliant older Burgundy, actually from one of the houses that incited other producers to keep around older Burgundy. This is ground zero for library stocks of great older Burgundy wines, and it starts with Robert Ampeau. The name you've seen around before. Actually from us, you saw a series of red wines from Potinay Ampeau. There is a relation, but Potinay is like the qualitatively the one that kind of looks up to Robert Ampeau a little bit, I'd say. The Potinay Ampeau wines have flashes of brilliance, which we direct import and bring them to you, but you do have to be a little more diligent in your sourcing with those wines. With the Robert Ampeau wines, all money. So Robert has been doing this forever. Literally, the domain has been stashing bottles since, what, the 60s? And literally, they have ice cold cellars, very, very cold cellars. And when you go down in there, it's nice and frigid. The wines are just aging at the snail's pace. They own an incredible array of vineyards. They own 10 hectares, decent size, but in all the top sites. In Merceau, Volnay, I think Auxey Duress, and a couple other spots. Here's the deal. They do all the work for you, right? Robert Ampeau makes wines in a very classic Burgundian style, hand-harvested, destemmed, I believe, 10 to 25% new oak, native yeast fermentation in cement tank. There's nothing, about how he makes the wine. The key is diligent farming, and then these ice-cold cellars where the wines just age to perfection. And then he kind of releases them a little bit at a time. So the Ampeaus will be like, what should we do this year? Well, let's throw a little 76 out there. How about the 64? Yeah, let's put 100 bottles of 64 out in the market. And this time around, we got the opportunity to work with a couple 2002s, which are relatively young wines by Ampeau standards. But what a treat that we scored both of these wines. Perfectly stored, perfectly shipped, everything pristine, 56-degree shipping, the whole shoot and match. So in front of us, we have the Robert Ampeau Volnay Santino Premier Cru 2002. Fresh as a daisy. Look at that beautiful cork. Pristine. I don't know if he recorks or not, but this is just pristine. This looks like original, but just pristine. You know what I'm saying? Like perfect. And here we have Volnay with bottle age, which is, it's a wonderful thing. We use the term volnaceous, to describe really sexy Burgundies. Even if it's from Gevrey or something, we'll be like, man, that wine's volnaceous. And it's because Volnay has this juiciness. When you drink the wines of d'Angerville, or you have a great Taille from Bouchard or something like that, these wines have structure, power, ageability, but also juiciness. They're less austere wines than Pommard. They're richer than Savigny, Le Bon, and Beaune. Probably the best, outside of the Hill of Corton, probably the best red wines in the Côte de Beaune, right? All these producers, d'Angeville, Lafarge, all these famous guys are located in Volnay. The top wines get top dollar, and Ampeau is here. Now, the funny thing with Santino, this is a great vineyard because Santino is actually it could be Merceau or Volnay. It rides the line between Merceau and Volnay. There's white grapes in there as well. So you could have a Merceau from here, or you could have a Volnay from here. And it's really cool because it goes it's like this one that grooves up to the top of the hill, a lot of red clay in the soils, which gives this wine that ageability. The red clay gives that, that durability in the cellar so that this wine can really turn into and blossom into something really, really special. So the Santino, you might remember, Comte Lafon makes Volnay Santino, right? The Santino, the Demi-Lieu. And that wine can age 20 years at a drop of a hat. And funny thing is, this one can age 20 years at a drop of a hat. Well, 20 here, 23 to be precise. That cinnamon, that spice, full maturity, a little bit of that sous-bois, that under the forest character, that forest floor character coming into play. But at the core is that sweet, yummy fruit. So Burgundian, so sexy. Just drink bottles of it right now. Like literally, you finish this and then you're like, just open another one and just keep going until you get Volnay 2002 Volnay Santino Burnout, which I think for me might be Yeah, that'd be pretty hard to do. Well, I might pass out or something. But could literally drink this wine forever. What a treat. And Ampo does this with whites as well. His whites are even maybe a touch more renowned for their ageability and viability as they go. And there's no Premox in the cellars. He never had any of those issues. Everything that comes out is perfect and beautiful. We have a wonderful 2002 Marceau Pièce sous le bois, also available on this on site. That wine is also pristine and amazing and incredible. We just don't quite as much of it to feature today, or else we would have maybe talked about that one a little bit more. But in the end, here you go. 2002 Volnay Santino Premier Cru, great vintage, perfect condition, ready to go, pristine, and it's what, a $1.20? Man, that's a deal. For someone to do 20 years of aging for you, and basically most Volnay Santinos are releasing at $1 or $1.20 today anyway. It's like free aging of great friggin' Volnay. I'm in. Actually, we are in. We bought everything the importer had. So there's 14 cases of this delightful, lovely wine, but offers like these tend to go quickly. We have a very hungry and eager group of folks that love older Burgundy. So I would encourage you, this is not like a crying wolf or some kind of cheap ploy to get you to buy wine, but I would encourage you to click hard and fast on this one today. This wine will disappear. I 100% guarantee it. Get it while it's hot, like I'm doing right now.